Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Yane Life with me, Ndalo Chaka. Yane, it's been long. It's been very, very long. It's been how many months? I was gone since December, so around 4 months. Wait, December, January, February, March, April. It's May now. Around 5 months. But I'm here. I'm back. And yeah, guys, there was just a lot going on in the beginning of the year. Like entering Matric was just a lot of new things I had to adjust to. There was just, I definitely, see, at least I still haven't changed. My English still sucks. But yeah, I definitely went through a lot of changes. And I underestimated like the amount of work this grade is. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's really a lot. So the beginning of this year to up until now, I just had to really try and navigate my way through it. Like, I had to find time to do things that I didn't have time for. And unfortunately, like that took a big impact on the podcast because like I just didn't have the time, or I couldn't fit my podcast into the very little time I already had. But I've worked something out. So I'm back. And for this year only, hopefully for this year only, I will just be releasing one episode in the beginning of every month. So on the first of every month. And I'm just going to just do a recap of the month that I had as a Matric student, And so that's why I'm going to call all these episodes for the rest of this year the diary of a Matric student, because I just feel like I really want to document this journey and this process, for myself, just because one day I'm going to grow up and I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to be like, oh my God, wow, a lot did happen when I was younger, So, yeah. And what's going to happen in these episodes, like I explained, it's going to be a recap of things that have been going on in my life during that month, things I have learned, things that maybe I want to do, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to be explaining Matric to myself. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to having you guys on this journey with me. Hey, honestly, just get into the lessons I've learned so far in Matric this year. I'm going to give you guys a rundown of every month, every lesson I learned in every month so far this year as a matriculant. And so, honestly, let's start us off in January. I think in January, I learned two very important lessons, right? The first one is a lesson I learned because nyapap. Right. And not to be mean to myself. I'm not trying to like shame myself or be mean to myself, because I genuinely understand. I was an excited person, Matric, like final lab, next year you're in varsity, like so much excitement, you're wearing new uniform that sets you apart from the rest of the school. You have all these new privileges. It's amazing. But I really wish that I didn't underestimate the amount of work that Matric was going to be. That was the lesson I learned, that Matric takes so much more time, so much more energy to get things done, And I really wish I caught on to that. And it was a thing of, I got to school the first day, right? Obviously, it's the first day of school. Everyone's excited at this point. We're all excited. We're just like, let's get into it. The second day, the work piles. Like I'm a CEO of a multi-million-dollar business, and I was gone for like 6 weeks, and now I'm back at work and I have so much work to do. That is how much work it felt like I was getting. And the sad thing about that was that it still hadn't hit, all this work was piling up, and in my mind, it still didn't click that, hello Ndalu, it's time to work now, babes. It's time to now put in more energy, put in more time. And I can safely say that for a lot of us matrics, it took us quite a number of weeks, not days, darling, weeks to finally register that, yeah, this shit is serious now. I am even telling you right now, there's some matrics walking around here today in May. It's May now. That it still hasn't clicked in for them. And honestly, I don't judge them. I totally get it. It feels like such a surreal experience, you know. Then the second lesson I learned in January is that you should always fight and stand up for what you believe is right. And you should never let anybody silence you or spread misinformation about you, right? And now the reason why I say this is because in January, we had this whole drama in my school about Matric jackets that was just really unnecessary, right? I'm not going to go into the details of it because that is a long story. Like, if you want to hear that, like, I might do it on one of my TikTok lives one day, right? But I'm just going to say it was a situation where, I mean, us as grade 11s, because we were supposed to order these jackets while we were in grade 11. As grade 11s, we had agreed that, you know, we don't like this design, we're not going to order it. And we had come to the conclusion that we were not going to get jackets in Matric. Come Matric, this teacher is now spinning stories about us and lying to our parents about us and our beliefs and what we said and all of that, right? And honestly, I was so proud that we didn't just let it slide because they're an adult, or we didn't keep quiet because they are an adult, you know. And we actually spoke up for what we believed in. We fought. We were like, no, you will not, you know, you will not spread these lies about us. It's one thing to be like, okay, you guys don't get jackets because you don't like the design. It's fine. We get it. It's another thing to go to our parents and be like, you know, your kids are lying. They're building a resistance, an alliance between kids. You know, it was just a lot of drama. And honestly, fighting against rumors being passed around about us, you know, actually got us to victory in the end. I mean, we got our jackets. And unfortunately, the teacher decided to step down, but that's not our problem. You don't lie. But anyway, not to get messy, you know. But yeah, honestly, just stand up about what you believe in. It's really important, you know. Don't allow yourself to be silenced ever, you know. Then we move on to February. The month of Utando, the month of love, the month of Lirato. And ironically, the message and the lesson I've learned in March has nothing to do about love. It has nothing. And this lesson is that life is unfair and that people are unfair. You know, growing up, you'll always think that if you do something that you deserve, you'll always receive what you deserve, right? But no, as you get older, you realize that just because someone deserves something doesn't mean they're going to get it. You know, whether that's they deserve like a punishment or they deserve a reward. Sometimes the people who need to be punished will not be punished, and sometimes the people who need to be rewarded will not be rewarded. And that is something that I had to very fast, very fast. I had to really get the grasp of, you know, because people out there are just they're cruel-hearted, you know, and they take away important awards and rewards that other people who deserved it more, you know, were supposed to get. And there's sometimes you can speak up about it and you can fight about it, but a lot of the times you really can't do anything about it. Sometimes you've just got to shut your mouth, suck it up, and move on with your life. And that's, firstly, it really broke my heart, you know, having realized that I can't do anything about it. And it really took some time for me to just understand that I can't do anything about it. And this is the life. This is life from now on, you know, which is very scary. It's very scary. But yeah, recloring. What can we say? What can we do? What can we be? You know? But yeah, other than that, in February, yeah, there wasn't much that I learned, other than the fact that, I guess it kind of goes with love, just like the friendships I have right now in high school are so precious. I think, I am just so lucky to have the friends I have. I mean, I had a whole episode. Did I have an episode about friends? I don't think so. But like, I had said in an episode of mine that I really love my friends. They're honestly my rock. They're my everything. I am the luckiest person alive. So many kids go through high school with very fake friends, very backstabbing friends, and it's scary. But fortunately for me, I didn't end up with a friend group like that. But yeah, that's all in February. Then, my darlings, we get to March. And I think March was definitely, the lesson I learned in March was definitely my favorite. And the lesson is, I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to. And where this lesson came from was, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, Benglala, grade 11, Benglala. I was not very serious about my academics and my grades slipped, right? They really did slip. I was very worried about whether I was going to get into varsity or not. It was very stressful for me. So March is obviously like now the start of the test period, for term 1. And how I learned that I could do anything if I put my mind to it is I had a goal, obviously, for each subject to bring my marks back up. And I met most of my goals. I think there's only 2 subjects that I didn't reach the goals of. And even for those 2 subjects, I wasn't far off my goal. I was actually really close. So having done that in term 1, it made me realize that I'm capable. I've got that. If I put my mind to it and I'm actually dedicated and focused on my goal, I can do it. And I think that's the beauty of life. If you really want something and you're determined to get something, put as much energy and as much time as you need to get that goal. And yeah, honestly, March was my favorite. Getting back my results, comparing them to my grade 11 term 4 marks, you could see the difference. And it wasn't like 1-2% difference. The percentage difference was a lot. And yeah, that really just made me happy. And made me realize that I'm capable. You are capable. You are very capable. Then April, which is last month, I have 2. Well, I have 1.5. Let me say that, because the half, it's not really a lesson I learned. It's just something I want to share with you guys because I feel like nobody talks about it. But let's start with the whole one, the one. What I learned in April is that you don't need a title to be something in this world. You don't need to have a high position to make a difference in this world, I think, especially in Matric, right? This is where now you start to have your prefects, your ELRCs, whatever you call them, your representatives, right? And obviously those are the people with the badges. And yes, they are there to bring about change in the school and stuff like that. But what I've realized is that sometimes for some people, it's just a badge and they barely do any work. And sometimes the person without the badge has done more for the world or for the school or for the country than the person with the badge has, I mean, being a leader, it's about what you do. It's not about, it's about what you do and who you are. And it's not about that type of position you have in this world. And I think that's one very important thing we need to come to grasp with, especially in Matric, is that you too can be a leader without being the prefect. Like, do things. Like there's so many things in your school that you could be doing that have leadership qualities and positions and that actually make a difference in the school, be part of your school planning committee, start a club, do like peer counseling, whatever, those things are very important. And I think one of the perks of not being a prefect, and I'm not shitting on being a prefect, guys, before you get confused, I'm not shitting on being a prefect. Being a prefect is an amazing honor, and if you get that privilege of receiving that honor, by all means, like, be happy about it and treat it with respect, right? But I'm just merely saying is that you don't need to have a badge to make a difference, So yeah, like, I forgot what I was saying before I said that, but like, yeah. I think I'm just gonna end it there. Like, that's really important. Oh no, I remember now. Yeah, I was gonna say the perks of not being a prefect or not having a title is that you have so much more freedom to actually make a change. Because if you have a position, I mean, there's a lot of restrictions and rules and guidelines that you have to follow. Whereas if your own individual and you're trying to make change, you have so much more freedom to do that. So don't think that, no, I didn't make it prefect, I can't be a leader. No, that's bullshit. You can make a difference without the badge. Some people don't even some people just have a badge. Some people are there just for the sake of a badge. So I want you to remember that. Then the half that I want to speak about, it's not too dramatic, but you all know how like applications for universities opened in April, mainly the 1st and the 2nd of April. I'm just gonna say is the lesson I learned is that these applications take so much time and so much energy. They are exhausting, and I feel nobody ever talks about how exhausting applications are. You will spend 3 hours on one application. Like, guys, your applications are exhausting. They are really exhausting. Yeah. And also, like, combine it with the bunch of emails that you receive. And it's not even from the universities. It's from things like Duolingo. It's just, no. But yeah, that's the lessons I've learned so far. In Matric, as a grade 12, as matriculant. And yeah, now it's May. It's the 1st of May. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm scared. I'm excited, but I'm scared. 18 is a big number. It's a very big number. It's a very serious number. It's not too serious, but it is very serious. It sounds serious. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to the rest of the year. I'm tired, is what I can say. I am tired. I am moch from all the work. I'm nar from all the people I have to deal with on a daily basis. But I'm very excited. And yeah, I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So, I can't wait for May. May is going to be busy. May is a very, very busy month. But yeah, oh my gosh, this was amazing. I'm so happy I'm back. Yo, Mudimu, I'm back. So yeah, if you made it to this point, thank you guys so much for listening to me speak my nonsense on this platform, whatever platform you're listening on. And I will catch you guys in the next episode, which will drop June 1st. Yes, June 1st. So I will see you guys then. Let me plug my social media accounts. Follow me on TikTok at Ndalo Chaka, on Instagram at Ndalo Chaka. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Yane Live Podcast. And make sure, if you can rate, guys, please give me a rating. Please just rate. Also, if you're on Spotify, just put in a comment. If there's anything you want to hear me talk about during these segments, the Diary of a Matric segment, please, by all means, suggest and I will get to you. But yeah, have an amazing May, the best month of the year. And I love you guys all so much. Mwah. Bye.